Hey everybody! Just covered my mouth there. Hey, here's a Sunday Funday I have not seen sort of crossover thing. Yeah, as you can see, Captain America Civil War again. Because why don't I talk about probably one of the best movies of this year? But really, in honest, the reason why we're talking about this again, more importantly, she is talking about it, is because she wasn't able to go with me last week. So I decided, it's like, hey, I'll take her and I'll go ahead and see Captain America again. Maybe tomorrow I might go see Money Monster. I'm not sure. There's also The Darkness is actually playing at our theater, so I'm surprised. It just depends, because like Money Monster has like no good times really for it. It's like I either see it really early in the morning or really late at night. I don't have it in between really. And also, it's getting really, really bad reviews. Like, I want to say, like, Friday it made, like, a few $100,000 or maybe a couple million. Which is really, really bad. But hey, I want to talk about that. Let's talk about Captain America Civil War again. But, you're going to lead us off and you're going to give us your opinion since I have already...
Expounded upon it?
I was going to say jizz, but, you know. Yeah, jizz movie. But what are your thoughts about this movie? So, Roger...
I liked it. It was a good movie. On the way back over here from... sorry, losing my voice. But on the way back over here from the theater, we were actually talking about, for being 2.5 hours, it doesn't feel like it. Like, it just does not really feel like it. Whereas Batman vs. Superman, however long that was, like 2 hours, I think.
It's 2.5, I want to say as well. Yeah, I'm going to get on my phone since technically you're going to be talking about this.
Yeah, however long it was, it felt like it.
Oh, yeah. It felt every minute of its length. It's...
Yeah. Yeah, during Batman vs. Superman, about halfway through, I had to pee. I was like, okay, come on, can we, like, hurry this up? Like, I really, really have to pee. Come on. Come on. Let's get this matter wrapped up here. Come on.
Yeah, this is 2 hours. Batman vs. Superman was 2 hours and 31 minutes long.
But, yeah, Captain America Civil War, I think about 3/4 of the way through, like, I had to pee. So it might have been halfway, I don't know. It was like, we kind of lost track of time. It was just that fun.
Nice. This is the bladder portion of the review. Judging by bladder contents, discomfort ratio.
But it's like, I had to pee a little bit. It's like, okay, I was like, I can wait. It's like, I can hold it until the end. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like one of those movies where you're like, I'll go pee real quick. Who cares? I have better things to do than to watch this. So what did you like about Captain America? Did you want to go ahead and start getting into spoilers and everything? You know, I've already done a spoiled review.
Yeah, sure. Let's just... Spoilers.
Like, I'm going to put that up there. Couldn't even put in pictures last time. Maybe I'll put like an annotation or something. I don't know. It just fits by how lazy I'm feeling. But, go ahead. Or do you want me to go?
Anyway. But, yeah. I thought it was really fun, and, you know, like we were just talking about, it did not feel 2.5 hours long. It was just so fun. It's like, there was never a dull moment, I noticed.
No, I mean, y'all know this is our second time, and I still don't really notice like a real...
Yeah, there wasn't really... Yeah, there wasn't really any lulls.
Well, L-U-L-L-L.
Lull.
Yeah, not lols. I'm just saying, it's like, in case people are confused, because they both sound exactly the same. It's like, are there two of them, or are they going to them?
But anyway, there wasn't really a dull moment, because there was always something going on. There was always either laughs Actually, lols.
Or lols, to keep away from the lulls.
Like, there's either, you know, lots of laughs, or there was action going on, and sometimes lots of laughs during the action, like the big fight scene in the middle.
Yes, the big, as everybody sees in the trailers, and also what I already talked about, the Avengers versus Avengers.
I'm done. Okay, I'm done.
Still laugh throughout this entire movie. It's like, well, laughed at what was funny.
Yeah.
Like, those people exploded. Ha ha. That's psycho. But,
Yeah, like, I don't know a single person who doesn't like to laugh, but me especially, I love to laugh. Like, I tend to remember things better if I find it funny. I don't know how my brain works like that. It does.
I don't know how either.
It's like, I find it easier to remember, and find it easier to remember, like, oh yeah, I enjoyed that. I laughed a lot during that. It's like if I laugh.
Yeah, but it's kind of hard to think about that if you're like watching a movie like Saving Private Ryan, which there are a few legitimate funny parts. But
Well, then I go, you know, a dramatic movie like that, I go by tears. It's like, was I tearing up at the end? Did I care enough about these characters to you know, sniffle at least?
Mm-hmm. But it was actually, I noticed a lot more watching this. Some things I kind of missed a little bit more. Because, like, first time I watched it, I kind of really didn't give a whole lot of thought into the main villain. Which, as I've already explained, is Zemo. And I totally didn't even notice that he actually even... Like, I was so surprised when I said, oh, it's Helmut Zemo. I'm like, whoa! And I was like, oh yeah, at the beginning of the movie, he says his name is Zemo. Oh, in his...
Well, it was Helmet Zero.
Zemo.
It's...
Helmut
Well, his
Zemo.
name, like, briefly popped up on the screen, like, Colonel Helmut, and then Z-E, and something, and then an O, and I think my mind just filled in the blank with zero.
You have such a weird way of putting things together.
You came here around for something.
Yeah. The only thing they kind of didn't do was this. I don't know why y'all could see. There we go. Yeah, they didn't decide to do that. That was the one weird thing, but that's just comic fans. Like, he didn't have the sock over his head. This is like, he always would wear this like pink mask thing, but I think it was because his face was scarred. Though eventually they fixed that somehow because comics.
As a non-comic book person, I think it worked.
Oh yeah. The more I watched it, I was like, okay, this is actually enjoyable.
And that way you can actually see his face actually see the person behind the mask, the person like doing all this, and also see the pain on his face, like towards the end there.
Yeah.
Where he's remembering his family that was lost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I originally, to kind of give away a bit of my review when I was just by myself, was like, I understood his motivations. I just thought he wasn't in a whole lot, but no, I realized he's in it more than I thought. Because, like, I originally probably clocked it that he was in it for maybe 10 minutes, but it's like, no, he's actually in it for more than I thought. He was a lot more behind the scenes and in the shadows. Mm. But we are still missing one of the big stars of this whole movie, and that is young Robert Downey Jr. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that was CGI, how they made his... Sorry.
Well, the man's kind of ageless to begin with. It's like, he's always kind of had that baby face.
Oh, his face like, is going a little bit, you know...
Yeah, he's starting to show his age a little bit, yeah. Especially when he has that facial hair.
But he looked like he just walked off the set of Weird Science. Like, alright, so when's this coming out? That long? I mean, he looks young.
Remember you had the set of, what was it, Home for the Holidays?
Yeah. Well, Weird Science was 86, 87. Gotta look this up. I know everybody's gonna be like, he's just staring at his phone. Yeah, sorry.
Well, to be fair, he's already given his review, so he's...
Yeah, go see it.
Yeah, he's done his homework now. He's allowed to play.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I was like, misspelled Weird Science there first. 85. I was close. Yeah, Robert Downey Jr. was...
I don't recall him being in that. That's why I bring up Home for the Holidays.
He's in which ones? He's one of the bullies. Yes, sir. He's Eon.
Like, any excuse to pronounce it like that, to pronounce it like My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Yeah. Of course. I have an excuse. Even if it's a real shitty one. I don't care. Yeah, that was... I still... Like, I remember seeing it originally. And I didn't comment on it because I'm still astounded by it. I'm going, how? But I guess the same way how they were able to get Haley Atwell, I think is what her name is. Lady played Peggy Carter. In the second...
Like Captain America?
Yeah, second Captain America movie where they were able to age her dramatically.
Well, it might also been like makeup and prosthetics. And
what they had was a CGI kind of like mask that went like over certain... Yeah, the little dots and all that. And I couldn't have told you it was that until Kyle Calgren pointed out. And I was like, oh. Huh. Didn't know that. I always thought it was real. I always thought it was makeup effects. But it's showing you how...
Yeah, how far we've come.
Yeah. And also how well Marvel is putting effort into the CGI, especially when it comes to figuring out how to do certain things better.
Yeah, it's like I was watching something recently with CGI in it. I was saying it was like an episode of Smallville. And they
would say anything on CW. I must say, I'm pretty sure.
Like an episode back from like 2002, 2003. It's like, wow, like it's kind of good CGI, but you know, it's like, yeah, you can kind of tell that it's CGI.
Well, you can usually tell CGI is CGI. It's just...
Well, like the best CGI I think is if you cannot tell, like with Carter.
Yeah, well, that one really fooled me at first, and then I found out, yeah, it is CGI.
Well, they also used something similar back when X-Men: The Last Stand came out. That one flashback at the beginning of the movie.
Oh yeah, where they kind of made
with young Patrick Stewart and young Ian McKellen, or younger, I should say.
Yeah, that one I don't think got pulled off very well. Also, doesn't help they kind of completely.
Well, they used
like that with the new one.
Yeah, and they used Star Trek Next Generation Patrick Stewart as a reference for X-Men Patrick Stewart.
No offense, I bet that guy looked the same when he was 20 years old as he does now. Just back of his head.
Have you seen a picture of him in drag?
Nah, that frightens me. Can't imagine Patrick Stewart with hair.
He looks like Helen Mirren.
Helen Mirren?
Whatever.
I'm about to say, who's Helen Mirren?
He looks like hair. Whatever.
Helen.
Oh, fine.
Got a phone? You gotta look it up.
Well, while he's doing that, yeah, it was a really good movie. The time kind of flew by. Really, it just...
In a good way.
Well, yeah. Well, I don't think there's a bad way that time can fly.
Well... There are times whenever stuff can, like, really, like... Oh, God. Oh, that's frighteningly ugly. Patrick Stewart makes for a butt ugly woman. Just throwing it out there. But there's sometimes whenever like certain things can like fly by, you're like, well, I wish I was a little bit longer. Video games are the worst example of that. But like with movies, it's good whenever they fly by when they are actually fairly lengthy. It's not good whenever it's an hour and a half movie and it feels like it's 20 minutes long.
Yeah.
Because then you feel like you didn't get anything from it.
It's like, that's it?
Yeah. Like one of the issues I think I can now kind of point out at Hardcore Henry is because it is not a super long movie and it's so loaded with action. It's like, even though I know that's part of the point, I think because of that, it was affecting it in the form of it felt like there was no story. And that's the problem that you can have with certain movies. You can have a movie that will fly by like that, and it'll feel like there's just nothing to it. It feels like it's a lot of pretty shiny stuff, but when you get into it, it's very hollow. Again, though, not super knocking hardcore here. I don't think it's ideal was to tell something super.
Yeah, if y'all go back and see our review for that, we enjoyed it.
But yeah, still a good movie. Go see that half the art Shrek that's up in theaters right now.
Batman vs Superman.
Yeah. Go see Ratchet and Clank though. Ratchet and Clank was actually pretty decent. I mean, I know a lot of people kind of shit on it, but it's like I actually enjoyed the hell out of the movie. Not the best comic book movie, not the best video game movie, but probably one of the best. I know many people will be like, Resident Evil's Resident Evil's alright, but watch it nowadays, it's kind of doesn't grow very well. But anyway, let's talk about Captain America, because I'd rather talk about Captain America than that.
Yeah, we're really bad about that. We still have not really improved on that.
Yeah, who cares? But
yeah, what's some other things I liked? I liked, like I was telling you as we're watching the movie, that one shot panning from one character to a next, and then onto the other side, panning from the other character to the next, and then
like pan group shot.
Yeah, it's like before they all go at each other. It's like those are some cool shots. Like that is so pretty.
Oh yeah, this movie had loads of those like very beautiful shots. Like,
yeah.
Even as a person, like I liked. I'm gonna go into comic books here for a second, but when they originally did the prison where they kept all the superheroes and everything, it was in Dimension 42, I want to say, which is technically where Annihilus is from the Fantastic Four. He is.
You say it's like I know who the hell he should be.
I was about to explain. You gotta give me a second. I have to formulate my words decently. But he is pretty much a world-ending power who has this thing called like the Cosmic Rod or something like that. He usually will have it around his neck. And pretty much he's next to invincible. Until like Nova ripped it off him and grabbed his energy and just turned him inside out. One of the best looking shots in the entire scenes put out in the comic. Incredibly violent, but it kind of fit with Nova. But they kept all the superheroes and supervillains that would register in the Civil War comics in there. Otherwise, it was kind of silly. And to be fair, they haven't really explored that in the Avengers very much, short of with Loki in the Avengers movie, when he summoned forth the not Skrulls. In terms of going out into space and everything. And also Guardians of the Galaxy, but Guardians of the Galaxy hasn't crossed the Avengers yet. But, so I like that they changed it to this just big underwater fortress prison that no one can get out of. And I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they have like little cameos of different villains that they've captured throughout the different movies. Like, I wouldn't be surprised to see Wilson Fisk there. From the show, or maybe...
I think I saw a picture of him in prison. I think he's in a regular prison.
Yeah.
We haven't seen Daredevil Season 2 just yet. We're still working on Jessica Jones.
Yeah. No spoiling. But there's going to be one of them assholes. That's what you have to Fuck you, your comment's blocked. Thank you, a-hole. Nah, I wouldn't do that, actually. I'd just be like, thanks, jackass.
Yeah, but I killed someone for spoiling major plot points in the new Star Wars movie. Back.
Well, it's your fault to go reading through comments on YouTube. YouTube comments are good for three things. A laugh at pure stupidity, a sometimes decent laugh, or people being assholes.
I can't remember what video I was watching, but I was like, just wanted to see what other people said about it.
And you paid the price
kind of like,
for
in
it.
a way, interacting with, other fans.
That's the reason why after a major movie or anything like that, or like, let's say...
This guy was just like replying to everybody's comments. About
like I said, that's like, YouTube for you. Why are you surprised? YouTube is the toilet bowl of the world. Nobody's going to disagree with me here. Everybody's going to say, yeah, YouTube comments suck ass. Even the person who's writing a YouTube comment that says this.
Yeah, I ever find that commenter that spoiled that for me, I'm going to smack him upside the head really hard.
Why? It's just going to feed him. Just don't feed the trolls.
Smack him back into his mama.
Just don't feed the trolls. don't give a shit about them. That's the reason why I don't read half of YouTube comments. I mean, I don't really give a shit. I'm not going to let them bother me.
Anyway, we're not here to talk about YouTube.
Oh, we're not. Where are you on it? But like I said, I did actually enjoy it even more now, them changing that. It's like, I enjoyed it in the first time I saw it. But now more I think about it, it's like, yeah, that would have been really weird and hard to be able to do Prison 42. Yeah, I think it was called Prison 42 and not Dimension 42. It's in the nth dimension or something like that. Fantastic Four for you. If they don't go through 17,000 dimensions, they haven't written a comic book yet. But, yeah, I'm actually glad they kind of changed it, especially since we don't have Reed Richards. Nor do we have really Hank Pym working with...
Well, kind of brief mention of Pym.
Yeah, but again, it kind of actually would have worked in the movie to have Hank Pym working with Tony Stark like he was in Civil War comics. Because Hank Pym hates fucking Tony Stark's dad. So it's like, yeah, I don't think if he didn't like Howard, I'm pretty sure he's not going to like Tony.
Yeah.
Who's like Howard on up to 11.
Yeah, they're carbon copies of each other.
Yeah, that's probably the reason why they don't get along.
Probably.
But.
Cause, anyway. Yeah, I was going to say, is like, if you ever watched Agent Carter, I know you didn't, but...
Oh, sorry, first episode, I didn't care.
Yeah, he was a big womanizer.
Yeah.
And it's like, I kind of want, it was like, what made him settle down? Yeah, it's like, how did he meet the woman that became his wife and the mother of his child, his sole heir?
I really don't care.
I'm curious.
Because here's the thing, they're going to make a movie about it, and it's going to be bad. Because it's...
Well, I was hoping that they could eventually flesh that out a little bit on Agent Carter, but that's not happening. It's now been announced that it's canceled. So.
But see, that kind of defeats the purpose of why even have a show about Agent Carter when you're focused on Tony Stark's dad.
Well, they don't really focus on him. He's...
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like, it defeats the purpose of calling Agent Carter if you're going to shifting focus towards Tony Stark's dad.
Well, the focus is not really on him. He just kind of...
I'm not saying it is.
Well, I'm just trying to say that... Where are my footages? But... I don't know what... Like,
I don't know what you're trying to say. It's like, you're sitting there like, I want them to focus on it. But they shouldn't. They shouldn't, is what I'm saying.
I'm not saying I want them to focus on it. I am just saying that, kind of as the series wore on, like, I would like to have, seen that transformation in him a little bit.
Why?
Just
it doesn't add anything to a dead...
How
to
do
give
you
character
go...
to a dead person.
But still, how do you go from womanizer to settling down and, disapproving of your womanizing son who's exactly like you?
He didn't disapprove of his womanizing. He disapproved of his laziness. Because even he joked with his son whenever he said, "Oh, you're studying broads, huh? What's her name? Brenda." Yeah. He just kind of smiled at that.
Yeah, and it's like, he's studying broads. It's like, oh, which one?
Yeah, it's like his dad didn't care that his son's a womanizer. He cared that his son was
Howard
lazy.
Himself used to be lazy.
Yeah, but he kind of can see that there's potential within Tony. That's the reason why he has issues with it. He doesn't care that his son is a womanizer like himself. He, in fact, seemed kind of proud of that little smirk. And
I don't know. We'd have to...
Let's go watch it again.
Let's go see it again. I was like, okay.
Yeah, it's worth it to go see multiple times. I've already seen it now twice, and I'll go see it a third time even if somebody wanted to pay for me.
Like, now you're looking forward to owning it on DVD?
Oh, yeah. I might need to own it on Blu-ray so I don't break the DVD from watching it so many times. Pardon me.
But anyway. Yeah, I also liked... It's like all the people they had in there, not just all the characters from the Avengers movies. Well, minus Thor and Hulk.
Since they're in Ragnarok. And I guess that means Ragnarok's going to take place there at the same time as this, in terms of how the Marvel Cinematic Universe works.
Well, I have, like, if it does take place at the same time, I have more faith in Marvel than DC to explain the time difference, the time similarities, whatever.
Oh yeah, DC. You just learned sorry to interrupt you, but like you learned that Superman had been there for now, or he had been Superman for 3 years, and Batman's like, well, what have you been doing?
Well, I was more referring to the DC shows.
Oh, DC shows have no sense of what time is.
Because anytime any of the shows did a crossover, it's like, okay, well, when is it supposed to take place? Because, I mean, when Flash was first spun off of Arrow, they were really good about that, about, keeping the timeline straight. Keeping it, like, around the same time. But they're getting really bad about that. Like, this one Arrow episode with Flash kind of speeding off out of the scene. It's like it took place in the same week that this one Flash episode had aired where Barry didn't have his powers. It's like, when's it supposed to take place?
How about we just chalk it up to the fact that Warner Brothers and CW, they don't know how to write.
Yeah, don't even get me started on the Supergirl Flash crossover.
Well, wait till they all cross over with Legends tomorrow, then they cross over with Gotham, then they cross over with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because they don't know what they're doing anymore, and they're just guessing with it. And then they're just going to cross over with Doctor Who, who's just going to hopefully just have Daleks come out of nowhere and just kill them all. I think that's what they're called, Daleks.
Daleks?
Daleks, I think is like how to pronounce. I don't know.
I know how they're spelled.
The robot things are actually aliens inside of them because science.
I just thought they were robots.
They're actually creatures inside of the robots.
It's like, sorry, Internet, we do not know that much about Doctor Who. Neither one of
Speak for yourself. I've had to learn about it.
It's like, I know.
I don't give a crap about
Doctor Who. I
have
some friends who are Doctor Who fans, like Brittany and Crystal, that...
Oh, that's good. No, guess who Brittany and Crystal might be? You could just friends. They're probably like, who the fuck's Brittany and Crystal?
Well, I'm just saying, like, I got a couple people on Facebook, like, constantly post up about Doctor Who. It's like, oh, you'll only understand this if you're a Doctor Who fan. It's like, bite me.
Try reading a book. It's called Badass. There's 2 of them, actually. The first one's really good. It's about real life people. The second one's about myths and legends. And in it has, at the end, an entire area. It's about, like, monsters and everything. Like, dragons. It talks about some famous dragon stories. It talks about Godzilla, because Godzilla's awesome. And then it mentions the Daleks or Daleks. I don't know what they are. God, I had to have a rundown just to understand half that stupid thing. So I know a lot more than I need to know. All I know is, God, that show's dumb. I know people love it. More power to you. I don't give a shit. People like Green Arrow doesn't mean they know what good shows are.
Yeah, as we're about to be rained upon with hate mail.
Alright, go ahead. I don't give a shit. Like Doctor Who, like Green Arrow, like Small, I don't care. They all suck. They're all... Yes, Doctor Who's probably the best written out of them all, but dear God, is there too much technobabble. There's too much bullcrap. And God, everyone is sometimes just so pointlessly dumb. Not as bad as anything that CW has put out in the past... How long have they been around now? 20 some odd years? 30 years. Let's say 30 years they've been around. For the past 30 years,
actually,
CW
itself has only been around since 2006, 2007.
That is about 40 years too long.
Before that, it was WB and UPN, if you'll remember.
I barely... I remember just because UPN died.
Mm-hmm.
UPN had some good kid shows, and then... it's gone. But oh well.
Yeah, somehow America's Next Top Model lives on.
I think it's eventually ended. I think it ended its final season or something like that. I want to say, I don't give a crap.
or something.
I watched a grand total of 5 minutes of one episode. Dear God, do I not get it. Maybe there is something I'm missing. It's like, why is anyone watching this?
Yeah, personally, it's like if you like America's Top Model, that's fine, whatever.
No, it's not fine. It's horrible.
Well, I was just gonna
why
say,
would
like,
anybody watch it? It's like Survivor. It's fake. It's like you're not even watching a real show.
I was just gonna say, different strokes for different folks.
For idiots.
But personally, I do not see the appeal, and apparently neither does Charlie, of
a fake show.
Of watching a bunch of, supposedly pretty people, just kind of strut around, pose, and just kind of stand around. It's like that.
But it's fake.
And be catty with each other. It's like I don't see the appeal.
But it's fake. That's the biggest problem. It's fake. I mean, it's as bad as the Real Housewives shows. They're all fake. It's all scripted. It's all written beforehand. It's all acted out.
Okay,
Same with Survivor. Everything. It's pointless. It's worse than any of the crap that people constantly dump on Gordon Ramsay over something. Yes, some of that stuff is scripted. Some of it is actors and stuff like that. But at least there seems to be some modicum of actual people doing stuff. Hey, my cat's scratching.
Cat scratch fever.
And it's weird that you have these other shows that just survive so long and stay around on pure ineptitude would be one good word, but more importantly, just pointlessness. It's like there's nothing decent about it. It's like, oh, she's getting mad at her. Why? Because she's mad at her. Who cares?
Because she gave her the wrong look.
Go watch Captain America Civil War. If you're going to watch something fake, watch something that's written well. Watch somebody throw all my crap over.
Let's move this.
You have hit that about 7 times now, but...
Only twice.
But it's like, I don't... I'm getting on a humongous tangent. It's complete our anger.
I was like, we're running a bit long here.
I don't even care right now because I just don't get it. It's like all this fake